The process of filmmaking is both an art and an industry. Films have existed for more than a century and have been a huge influence in every aspect of American and Chinese culture. The film industry isn't just about profits and movie stars, it is one of the most effective ways of bringing one's culture to other countries. In recent years, American films have become extremely popular in China, such as Big Hero 6 and Transformers. Why do you think the Chinese people have such a great fascination with American films?
Well, that's what's available. It's a very deliberate process. I think previous to 2006, there was more variety in foreign movies coming into the cinemas. There were less movies allowed because of the government quota, but there is some truth to that. All over China, you have people of all social classes and all backgrounds are very interested in foreign culture.
Oh, yeah.
And so when that culture is made available, people will pick up some of the craziest movies on the corner shops and just watch some stuff that even in the United States and in Europe you don't really have access to.
Great. With that being said, why do you think Chinese films do so poorly in America? Is it a lack of exposure?
No one's trying. It's common sense. No Chinese company is really trying to put the effort into it. Why would they, when the Chinese market has grown so big that you can make a Chinese commercial movie, you see your revenue back in China, whereas Hollywood, the MPA, the 6 big studios, they are making their movies more targeted towards Chinese audiences because they need a share of that revenue, because they can't get it all back in the US.
Right. So many Americans are very fascinated with the kung fu genre. Why do you think that is?
Well, it's fighting, right? And it's play fighting taken to this really beautiful special effects aided extreme. This is something that Chinese cinema has as a cornerstone been able to do better than anywhere else. But again, look at Hollywood. Hollywood is not an American thing. Hollywood is wholly international. The American movies have Chinese kung fu because they take the best from everywhere. And this is something that you didn't see good fight scenes in American movies through most of the 90s. You saw those in the Hong Kong movies.
Right.
Because that's where it was. That's where this artistry started at a very low budget.
So what are your thoughts on SARFT and their influence over the Chinese film industry?
Well, that's a question very similar to the question of gun control in the United States, where they're there and everyone knows that they pose a danger in that even people who work there will say that having filmmakers go through a system of content censorship really ends up hurting creativity. They admit that, but they are right now trying to find a way to change it.
Do you think that could be one of the reasons why Chinese films do so poorly overseas, is the SARFT oversight?
I think yes, but that's also the reason why some Chinese films do so poorly in China, too.
Oh, okay.
It's really self-censorship. When people, they don't want to work with SARFT and talk to them and have a rapport with the people there. They just want to guess, what content do we have to change? But a lot of filmmakers, they think it's all about content. So they censor their content and they make all these guesses, and you have these ridiculous news stories in the foreign media like, China bans time travel. That never happened. I know it's not true because I had a meeting with the guy at SARFT, but people believe it because they follow the foreign media as this cycle of media supporting its own statements.
Do you think that rumor is hurting the Chinese industry right now?
That's just one example. It's China bans anything. Anytime you see that headline, China bans da-da-da-da-da, they probably didn't. They just gave some guideline that was a suggestion that there are loopholes if you talk to SARFT about it and work together with them to try and make a better movie.
So of all the movies you've worked on in China, what do you consider to be your favorite?
Okay. I have worked mostly in distribution and marketing and consultation and not so much on the production side for a certain Chinese independent filmmaker who I consider to be the greatest undiscovered treasure of China. The problem is his name is Xie Xiaodong. This is also the same name as a 1980s popular singer. This is kind of difficult.
Yeah.
But Xie Xiaodong, he's just got this like dark comedy thing down perfectly.
Do you think Xiao Xiaodong's movies will do well in America?
Oh, they would. They would do great because America and Europe, even more so, has independent cinema chains.
Right.
And this is something that the Chinese industry has been working on forever, that there's been talk of indie cinema chains being based around Chinese universities, having a huge audience, just hundreds of millions of people in this secondary cinema chain. It just hasn't materialized yet. I think probably because no one's worked on it full time, because they don't know how to monetize it. But yeah, Xie Xiaodong's movies do incredible overseas.
美国电影啊，
功夫熊猫，还有那个花木兰。
生化危机系列的呀。
那个王牌特工、变形金刚之类的。
Action movie,
comedy movies as well as action movies, some
martial art movie and historical movie.
章子怡吧。
成龙啊，汤唯还行。
李连杰嘛。
陈坤这一种。
是龙。
成龙。甄子丹 ，Yeah.
我觉得中国电影现在缺乏深度，而且题材也相对单一。
我觉得他们有可能看不懂。题材上吧，中国对泡沫剧比较多。
这个东西题目太大了，我觉得我没有这个能力能回答。
Maybe change a little the topic sometime.
I think it's better they improve their CG techniques because it's sometimes it really look not so much worth it.